welcome back guys. In today's video we're going to get you set up with your Wainlux K10. Okay, so we're going to be using the Lab X application so that you can do this. Basically we're going to do the engraving, and there's a file in the GitHub repository, so if you're not sure and familiar how this works, remember the file consists of some PNG files, and the reason why, again, I don't know if you saw the last video, you want a PNG because the PNG is gonna doesn't give you the background, right? Because you don't want the background of an image, you just want the image itself. But if you know how to cut it out using like Illustrator or Photoshop, you can do it that way too. But as you can see, the end result looks like this. So to give you an idea, so you don't have to find files and build out your template, it's already there in the GitHub repository. Just download it and you will be good to go. Just remember, well, we'll save the rest for the video. Anyway, without any further ado, let's get started. All right, so basically we're going to set you up so that you guys can know how to print or engrave stuff like this. And if you look closely in there, we got something in there that we already engraved, and there's your dummy 13. If you want to know how to print that, there's videos in the library. For now, we are doing laser. All right, so basically we have here, we open it up, you can have a look inside. You can hear the fans, the auto zoom. There we go. Look at that. And you want to practice on cardboard. So if you have delivery boxes from Amazon, use them, as you can see, because you don't want to, the material that you use for engraving on anything is going to be a little bit expensive. But let's see if we can get a better image of that. Let's pull that out, right? Because we're not going to use it anymore. So the trick to this is you just have to tilt it back, right? And slide it out. See? And then it looks nice and dark, as you can see, but you're gonna have to not scrape it off, but brush it off. See HOWTOBYLOU. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. All right, so this show's not over yet. So basically, it comes with, right, a brush, which is great, and this is just, you know, nothing fancy. Regular box, pizza box. The inside, well, of course, probably the top of the box, because you know, it would be very saucy in here, and it wouldn't be the best of all prints. But after your print is done, right, you're supposed to basically brush it off. See, and gently. You don't want to see, and then it comes off, and you just do that a little bit all the way around. Sometimes you want to do it as soon as your print comes off, but it doesn't matter. And what you're looking at are just the holes from the pizza box. But it looks really cool, if you ask me. I mean, if it was on its original material, it would actually be better, right? And so what we're going to do is we're going to try and put that on here on the not cardboard, but it's a piece of wood that comes with the kit. And remember, it's just a sample, so you're only going to get one take on this, okay? So you have to know how to set it up so that it prints within the perimeter that you want. So it's not like you just press print from your computer and you're good to go, okay, if that makes any sense. So remember, I'm gonna get one take on this. So before you waste your supply that it comes with, pizza box, Amazon box, any kind of cardboard that works. And you could put you know, if you want to, for me, my kids, we've had this table since my kids weren't born, before they were born, so I'm okay with the damage that's been done to it. But what you could do is you can put tin foil, if you have tin foil, or a cookie sheet, as you have here. That's what I was doing in the beginning, but I was a little bit too late, as you can see, so don't do what I did. So each one of these has a story behind it. You know, this was laser printer. This was some other experiments from Mel Science. This was from another experiment from Mel Science, and this is from an experiment from the Wainlux. So remember, tin foil or whatever, even cardboard, but I wouldn't recommend cardboard because remember, it's flammable, so you don't want, you know, you don't want to go wrong when you're supposed to be going right. I mean, cardboard and just leaving it. If you're going to walk away, put a cookie sheet down or something metal. If you're going to hang around and stick around, just put cardboard. Okay, so we're going to help get you guys set up. So I'm going to put this in the middle, okay? Like that. You see that? And if you look, there's a blue dot right there. So that blue dot is going to be the start point, and we don't want that as our start point because I want this print to be in the middle, okay, if that makes any sense. So moving forward, all right, I'm just going to leave that there, and let's see if we can make this a little bit higher. We probably could. We'll just use instead of the pizza box, we'll use the DJI box to make it a little bit higher so that you guys can see. That might be a little bit too high. Okay, we're just going to lower it a little bit so you have the full experience, because you want to see where that blue dot is. Okay, and let's see, will we be able to see? Nah, not unless we had a mini tripod, but that's okay. You know what, let me have this mini DJI box, because we'll still be able to see where the blue dot is if we bring this back, right? And we will line it up. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to shrink this window, okay, so that you guys can see, and we're going to bring it in so you guys can see actually as it's being moved. Okay, so you'll see these files in the GitHub repository if you want to use this, or maybe you downloaded your own, but this is for those that, you know, just haven't an idea and need that help, an extra little push. See, we open it, it extracts, and I'm just going to put this in my engraver folder. Okay, and when you open up the HOWTOBYLOU, this will be there. Okay, but we're not going to open it just yet. We're not going to take that in. So now what we're going to do is we're going to open up the CutLab X application, and it should look like this. Okay, so now make sure that your printer is on, or your machine, whatever you want to call it, it's off. Now it's on. Okay, so make sure it's on, and you see the blue dot. See, there is the blue dot. Okay, now we want to move it so it's centered, somewhat centered. So again, now we're going to go back to here, the CutLab X. Now we're not connected to it yet. Okay, and you know how you know you're not connected to it is when you see, can we see the blue dot? Just need to make sure. Nope, we don't see the blue dot. We need to see the blue dot. No, right about. Almost. Come on, we got it. Oh no. There, right about there. Okay, you see it on the edge. All right, if in case you don't, let me just activate the cursor right here. Okay, there's a blue dot. So now we're going to go back to this application, and maybe to streamline things, we're just going to shrink this, right, so that you guys can see. And then we're going to put it, I believe it's in the window number 3. Okay, and there. And we're just going to close this and move this over to the side. Maybe the camera can go right about there. Well, we're going to move it over to the edge so that you guys can just follow the blue dot. Okay, and then we're going to move this over here so that we have the full experience. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go here, right, and you're going to connect to the printer. Most of you might have seen the other videos, but we just connect to it. You connect to your printer. Now, if you don't know the password, it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, moving forward, and now you're logged in. So now you can connect. So here's what's going to happen next. You see where it says USB and then COM says nothing. Now remember, we don't have any USB connection here. So we're going to click on the menu and then go to Wi-Fi. And then you see this is the IP address 192.168.0.1, and that's to get into this thing right here. And it's an isolated experience because, as you can see, you are connected directly. It's off your network unless you can somehow manage to put it on. Good luck with that. And if you do, please do share. All right, so now we're just going to connect. Now this is where things get a little bit glitchy because this whole screen is going to get bigger and go into its default settings so it matches what's in there. Let's see, we're going to shut off the printer because that blue light was flashing. Now we're going to turn it on. Okay. You know what's probably wrong? Maybe, just maybe, it won't let us connect, right? Until we close that, and now we can connect. We have a red light it says connected, right? So now let's see, because it's off, and now we're just gonna go here and press connect again, see? And now we are golden. And that flashing light was probably because the top was open. All right, so now we're connected, and you see how the perimeters just changed and got bigger, and that's just by default, but don't worry about that. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go open, okay? And then we're gonna go to my desktop or wherever you put those files. It's called the HOWTOBYLOU, all right? And then open it, and then HOWTOBYLOU, it's cut lab X, that's the name of the file. We're gonna open it, see? Voila, and by default, you get to see the full experience of, you know, what we have going on for our print. The camera, maybe we'll just make the camera a little bit smaller so that we can see it. See, that's as small as it's going to get. Anyway, but don't worry about it. All right. So now what you want to do is, right. So now remember, we just can't print, because if we press print right now, the start point is going to be right over there, and it's not going to work out. So what we want to do is, right, and I can tell you by what you do is, look, this is how you can tell if it's going to work out. Now that blue dot, right, is now going to turn into a white dot. And so what you do is we're going to press preview, and then watch, it's somewhere over there now. See that? See that? And then it goes off the printing perimeters of the object that's in there. So again, watch again. See? Now it's on the table, and then it goes back onto the board. So it's not optimal. All right? So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the center, because we want it to print from there, because that's our image setup, right? And then maybe put it right about there, or maybe bring it a little bit lower, and right about there. And now the white dot is way up at the corner, but we don't know just yet until we press preview. See, that's where it's going to start. There. Wow, it'll fill the whole thing. Now, if it's not there, right, what you'll do is you just go here, see where it says move, and you could move it. So you don't want to move it too fast, and the distance you don't want, you could do 50, right? But let's see, if we press reset, right, this is the reset button right here, and now let's see where it is now and preview. I don't even, oh, it's still at the top, which is fine. That's a good perimeter, you know, but you would just move it if it's not where it needs to be, right? You can just move it in increments. Like, let's say, for example, watch, I'm going to move it, okay? It moved. Warning, triggered by device, okay? Press confirm. It moved, and so now I have to preview it. I have no idea. Oh, so it went off it moved a little bit. Not a lot. Okay, let's try again. Preview it. All right, we're going to preview it again. Remember, that dot has to be exactly on your stuff. See? And voila. And remember, you move it from here, you set the distance from here, you know, you go up a little left, down a little right, and then you move it until that dot is exactly where you want your starting point to be. Because what if I put something a little bit bigger in there, right? And you'll know when you've capped off and reached the point of no return, right? When you have your limit. Or, you know, worst case scenario, sometimes if it's too small or you want it bigger, you make it bigger. But you can't go big because, as you can see, it's pretty much capped off at, you know, you've only got like maybe ½ inch here and ½ inch there to work with. And if you look under the printer, right, you may think that you have all that space to print in. But here, watch, I'll show you. I'll actually flip it over. You can see you can't really break it, because in order to service it, that's what you would have to, you know, do. So as you can see, you've got a fan in there, the laser, and this is really the perimeter that all you have to work with within the reach of between there and there and there and there. But just be careful, don't do what I'm doing, because remember, that's a laser. So if that thing accidentally started, you would be in some serious trouble. Because remember, the reason why I say this is good for kids is because, look, watch this. Oh, actually, I'll show you when it starts printing, because you can't do it right now, right? Because no print has been started as of yet. But when the print, while it's printing, you can see, and like when it turns on, see, it tells you exactly where the start point is. So I can actually slide that down a little bit. I just wish that you could adjust the start point while the blue light's there, because it's easier to see blue than white, and maybe they can reprogram that. All right, so look, remember when it's flashing? I thought it was the Wi-Fi. Just flashing has a safety feature letting you know that the door is open, or the lens protector is off, or eye protector, really. It's supposed to protect, or your hands, so that, you know, the kids don't put their hands in. But we'll test it out to see if it'll stop printing. So, see, I wish we could press preview. So look at preview. Can't press preview until we close the door. So now we're just going to close the door. All right, there we go. And now we'll see a white light and just follow it. And sometimes you have to do it twice just to make sure that it is what it was, because we couldn't see the start point. And remember, I think that's what the marker's for. There was a marker somewhere. Maybe the marker is to like mark your territory so you can see where the start point is. Because, you know, you also want your laser engraving or carving, or whatever you want to call it, to be even, right? You don't want it to be a little more to the left, a little more to the right. So in this case, I believe, from what I saw, it could move a little more, and there's the blue dot, to the left. So that Mario and Luigi, and that YouTube play button. You can make your own YouTube plaque. We have 1 million subscribers. Not really, but, you know, we're just and then whoops, and then you can see, and that's it right there. See that? So the trouble is we can't like move it over. And when you try, it just gets a little. There, we'll leave it like that. Okay, or maybe we'll change the font. Sometimes to change the font, you're supposed to double tap it, but we can't right now. So then we'll just add it again. And there should be a text option right there. See that? And then we'll just do how. So if that doesn't work, you just do that. To by blue. Make it capital. Right. We're going to change the font. We're going to change it to Passion. And let's see. Right here, everything's in alphabetical order. See, I kind of like that one. Remember, it's going to engrave the font. So the reason why you don't see it as its color, or like, you know, in full black, because remember that all that's going to be fill. Okay, and now we're going to go here to the setup. Speed, we're going to leave at 3000. It doesn't save it. That's the only downside. You got to remember your speed set, your settings. For here, we're going to do 5. Okay. And then for maximum power, it's always 100, no matter the material. I would recommend that. And then for here, this is like, see, we can't do anything with intervals, right? So we're going to do, the graphics have to be highlighted, and I believe it's Option or Command. Press the Command and you can select multiple. And for intervals, 0.5, 0.05 is good. Now for engraving times, I wanted to do maybe 5, because it's a thicker piece of wood. So that's how many times it's going to go. That's one, you know, and then it just makes it a nice, more like you saw in the beginning of the video when you saw this, right? It was just much more prominent and had more kick to it than that. That, you know, was a little bit faint. So the more engraving times you have, the more prominent it will be. And of course, you know, as you see, looks really cool. Oops, there you go. See that? All right, so now we're just going to check the positioning. Okay, now before we check the positioning, make sure we're going to check here. See, speed, I thought I just put 3000. I don't know. All right, so welcome back to everything that glitches. I swear I put 3. All right, 3. Okay, engrave times 5. A maximum power 100. And then here we have that, okay? And then we have our properties here. We're not going to press, don't worry about that. We have our speed, which is fine. Just leave it. That's the speed. This is the speed to move it when calibrating it to make sure that it's centered, okay? So when you move position, that's what you do here to make sure it's centered. That has nothing to do with your printing experience. All right, so then we'll go to console. That's just the G code that it's sending, the XY coordinates and stuff like that. And then we go back to properties, see? And then you don't have to do anything there. And again, just making sure everything's saved. 3000, 5, 1000. The only thing you could change is like here, or maybe 4, 3, and then 5. Sometimes more is better. You know, do 6, okay? And now we're going to preview again. Oh, so that you guys can see. 1 second, and then we'll press print after we do the last preview. Okay, and I can see the white dot is somewhere over there. We'll just preview one more time. Make sure it's somewhere. See? See, and I think that's good enough. So now, what we're going to do is we are going to press print or start. Okay, and hopefully, in the perfect world. It sends it up. So once it sends your file, it uploads it wirelessly to the K10 or whichever printer you might have. You can disconnect from it and then go back to surfing the internet. That's the only downside. So like, as you can see, I'll show you in a second. It's uploading. I wonder what that is. Hopefully it means that, let's see, we're still connected. Yes. See, and then you get a green light again. And now it's sending it. And as you can see, it's working its magic. Most likely something is happening down there. While that's doing that, I'll go back to what I was trying to say. It looks like, oh, it's probably printing Mario first. All right, so look. So now you can disconnect and go to your Wi-Fi. So if you want to get back to even though, so what you'll lose, right, is how much time is left, whatever, because there's no gauge. As you can see, no gauge here or there. You don't know when your print's about to finish or what percent it's at. And as you can see, it's at 1%, but it might take a little bit longer because remember, we slowed it down and we added more engraving times to it. And then, what else was there? Yeah, so again, so if you want to surf the web, now you can, and nothing will happen. You just, again, lose those special features. And maybe what we'll do is we'll just make this a little bit bigger so that you guys can see, right, the magic happen with your Wainlux K10. And right now it is printing. Yeah, wow, really nice. And remember, you only get one take. That's it. So use your cardboard from your pizza. And ever wonder what to do with those Amazon boxes? Well, now you can simply save them for your laser engraving samplers so that you're able to salvage your stuff. You know, because I think it's like 20 bucks or even 40 or 50 bucks per slab of these things. Because I was checking them out on Amazon. This is a small one. So you get bigger ones, but nah, you know. And also, you can also, you think like, wait, what else can I engrave? Just wood? No, certain materials, I believe tile. There's a little cheat sheet, I believe. Hold on a second. If you just hold, there's no internet, but that's okay. Remember what I was saying, that you're not at loss. Not all is lost. I just want to see, whoops, that's weird. Oh, it was a different window. Now I just want to see where we're at with the printer, just so we can get an idea of what our percentage time is and how much is left. 8%. Wow, we got a ways to go. All right, so I will show you some settings. Let's see, go back here. So remember, we can surf the web now because the file has been uploaded to the printer. Kind of like when you have a camera that will allow you to print to your 3D printer. Similar experience, exactly the same. All right, so now we're back online. Okay, and now we're just going to go here, and then we're going to go to bookmarks while that's doing that. And then I believe it was somewhere, well, so as you can see, you can do different things like basswood, plywood, birchwood, ply, pine, etc., bamboo, paper, paperboard, scraping paper, and then apparently leather, black acrylic, and cobblestone. Really interesting. Black slate, ceramics, and these are the settings, okay? And usually, as you can see, 0.5, 0.5. Speed here gets set, you know, so there are different speed parameters for each one too. So, you know, that if that comes in handy, that's also awesome too, in that sense. But let's see where we are. So you see, I was able to surf the web, and now let's see if I can connect back to the printer without it glitching out. So now we're connected to the Wainlux, and if I go back here, we'll either have an update. I gotta get the camera thing out of the way. 9%. See that? Kind of neat. All right, and then see we still got our red light status. It moved a little bit. What we'll do is we'll get it. We'll keep this here and see if we actually lost any connection, because just because it says 9, it could have been left at 9 at where it left off, you know, when we disconnected from the internet. So hopefully, you know, it will maintain its. But I can see it's still on the YouTube part, and the possibilities are endless, because remember, the art you're looking at, right, right here, right, was all from the internet. And then if we go here, see, look, a thank you card. Of course, it's not going to be in color, because remember the engraving and carving is done in charred mode. But you know, that's what the brush is for. But look at that. So you get it. So now you can buy a blank thank you card, find resources online when it comes to the art, and just fill your favorite you know, thoughts and creations inside with this thing. And as you can see, you know, of course you have to make sure the size is right, but it gives you room at the bottom, so we could actually lift that up, so you're not you're confined to that small space in there. But if you put something underneath it, if it's as big as that, you know, let's say if it's something heavier, or you know, if it's something thicker that won't fit, or longer, like let's say like this, like you saw in the beginning, the cardboard was underneath, and it's still printed within the perimeters that needed to be printed in. But let's check the safety feature. I keep saying this thing is great for kids, because watch this, and they'll be like, "Ooh, wow, look at that! I want to see that." And you see, it stops printing, because there are some engravers that are out in the open. And then let's see, we close it, and it picks up where it left off. Because you'll see some engravers without that safety thing, the safety lens, or whatever you want to call it, laser protection, because you know, you can get some serious burns from it. So that's what's great about it. And as long as they don't presumably lift it, right? But I guess it's sensitive. It's got sensors on it, so it knows when and if things are going to are not the way they used to be. It also comes with this thing, which is nice, because as you saw, it's really hard, right, to see the calibration light. So what you can do is you could put this in there, and you can't really ruin it. And it comes with 2, and then you just follow the white light that way, you know, because certain materials are transparent and don't give you that effect. You're like, where's the light? I can't see it. But black and white go well together, so you'll be able to see the light with that. And I believe that's it. You know, just hold on, and I'm going to speed things up for you so that everything happens in real time, so you don't have to sit through this and me rambling. And on 3, 2, 1. So I don't think, I'm guessing it's not going to print the text, so I'll show you how to fix that. Because if it's at 91% and it still has to do the whole, that 10% is probably going to be the YouTube logo. Looks like it's almost done, right? Oh, nice, it is doing the lettering. Okay, sort of. I don't see it coming out, but that's why sometimes, see why you need to do 6 on some parts, because look, the lettering isn't there. Like it engraved, and it's probably because the material, you know, is very, very rich and thick. So 6 might not even do justice for the lettering. So now we're just going to put the camera down, okay? And what you got to do is, so you have to go back to the file, of course, and open it. So we're going to go to open, and make sure you're connected to the machine, desktop. And sometimes you can duplicate it or create another one. So let's say you don't want to ruin it. I took the wrong file. Sorry, so here we are. HOWTOBYLOU, right? And then we'll just duplicate it, take the copy, and then go here, back into the application, the little folder that says open, and then we'll go to HOWTOBYLOU. And remember, we're going to take the copy. See, it won't let us do the copy. And oh, you know why? Because you can't have copy at the end of your text. So after copying it, you got to delete the word copy. Okay, so that we can call it, click it once and call it 2. Okay, put it 02 so you can keep your numbers. And then because the suffix, which is the ending, has to have nothing but cut lab x. Okay, so now if we go back to the app and go to open, it should be there. Interesting. And it's not. Let's see what we have here. Cancel it and open it. Open. Desktop. HOWTOBYLOU. There we go. And now it's there. By default, it might have been taking everything from the cache. Okay. And now open. See, now what we'll do is we'll click there, delete there, and delete there. I could swear that we had changed the text, which is a little bit of a bummer. See, ideally we'd want to click there. You should be able to click on the text, right, and then have it change. You just have to remember these settings, and we wanted to overlay on top. In the perfect world, that would be ideal, and in a perfect world you should be able to highlight your text so that, you know, it would just work the magic that it needs to. But here's what we'll do. We'll do this. Welcome back to Everything That Glitches. HOWTOBYLOU. Okay, we're going to choose the font, which of course was Passion. All right, right here. Okay, confirm. And so just to be on the safe side, we're just going to do this. Watch. See? Somehow get it lined up, right? So it's somewhat there. So we know it's got to go up more, right? But it's not going to let us. Too bad we don't have a layer behind the layer where we can just see. That's exactly where it would go. So somehow, let's see if we can get behind it. We take that one. Nope, wrong one. See, you have to grab the one from the back. And unfortunately, let's try it again. So we'll do here. HOWTOBYLOU. And remember, the font is Passion. Okay. And then confirm. So it's the size we want, which is great. We somehow, maybe, I wonder if we could move it up. Let's see, hold on a second. If we could move it up, right, with the arrow. No, you can't move it up. Maybe shift and arrow? Nope. Oh, that's just my other thing. Bummer. Okay, so now I'm gonna, maybe there. Hold on. Got it. And then we're gonna tap it, right, and then move it up just a hair, right? So there's no, too bad I can't use the arrow key. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go here, right? And then remember, your settings never keep, it always goes back to default. 3000 here, I think we're going to put maybe 9, right? That should give us exactly what we need. And then for here, I believe the settings were, oh, of course, this has to be 100, right? And then here, instead of 10, it was 0.05, but it doesn't work that way. But only for images and graphics you can do the integrals on. So apparently, you know, it doesn't do that for text, which is fine. So now, if we press start, I just wish we could, there was another key that allowed you to. All right, so now we'll go here. See, you press it and it does it, but after, usually, you know, for some reason it doesn't always, it's not consistent. All right, so now if we go here, we're going to click start and it should pick up where it left off. Okay, so it'll upload the file. I should have done a preview, but I trust it, the setting, because remember we didn't move anything. So now it'll do it 9 times. Okay, it's back to the printer. And as you can see, oops. Now the text, and it might need more than 9. You know, 9 may not be the magic number, but 9 will work because remember this is a bolder font. A thinner font would work well with 1 or 2 times, and 9 may be 1 too little. Not bad. And then, well, here I'll let you guys have a look before I add 3 more to it. Okay, remember, be careful moving it, lifting it so you don't move it. See that? Kind of neat, huh? I think 3 more should do the trick. As you can see, all that stuff is blowing everywhere. So let's go back here, right? And then we'll go to maybe 4. 4 is a good number. And now we'll just go here to start. It'll upload it, send it up. And now I think it's fixed to perfection. And that's how you would override that. Nice. And there it is. Finally. Let's see what we got there. Hey, I'm pretty happy with it. Fair, you know, like if the font had not, if the font had been more adjustable. But let's check it out. Let's see what we have here. So before we take it out, right, you want to make sure that your workspace is clear. We're just going to bring that into the blur. Anyway, the vision will come back in a second. And have at least a tray or something to pick up your stuff, because the dust will get everywhere. To the grave. Okay, so now we have here, we have a lot of dust, which is fine. See, look at that. Wow, kind of neat. And so it comes with a brush, right? So what you want to do is, this is a little bit tricky, is you take it, right? I'll just do it like this. See? Kind of neat. And you just take the brush and you brush off everything. See? And it just comes right off. Now, I'll explain to you the graphics in a bit so that you can see why Mario and Luigi don't have any hands. Okay? Wow, this is really nice. I like it. Kind of cool, huh? Alright. So, and it's engraved in there, like you can feel it. Like you can do an etching of some sort. This is really cool. So let me explain to you Mario and Luigi's hands. They would have hands, but unfortunately, do you know why they don't have hands? Because their gloves are white. So you get like a little silhouette. So they would have to have been wearing white gloves, or if you look at the original graphics, right? I believe, where are the original graphics to that? I think it's in here. And then go back to the top. Here, right here. And then it'll probably be something more recent. The drone logo. Oh, there we go. See? So you either have to outline the gloves and the white, right? Or maybe in black. So outline the gloves in black and then you would see their hands better. So if that makes any sense. So moving forward, voila. See? Kind of neat, huh? See if that'll, see? Came out pretty good. And again, you could feel it. You can feel the grooves in there. And that's why, you know, the bigger the number, the deeper the grooves. But you have to remember, be careful, because if you have a flat surface, make sure it's not that thin. Like this is pretty thick. So there's no, probably take maybe 50, you know, rotations or whatever it's called. What was it called again? It'd probably take about 50 engraving times to get through that whole board. So you have to take that into consideration too. All right. Anyway, voila, you did it. You got your first engraving / carving. Kind of neat, huh? You know, a little exhausting, and but eventually you'll get it, and you got it. And remember, I would recommend using your old Amazon boxes to make a prototype, just to make sure, because remember, you only get two pieces of wood, and I believe 2 pieces of cardboard, and then I forget what the other material is, but just to salvage them so you know what it's like. Just use the cardboard, and when you're ready, use the original material, because as you can see on Amazon, I don't know if you've looked, these little pieces of wood are kind of expensive. So I know what I'm doing with my Amazon box. So anyway, I hope this video helped you. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below, or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.